What if I told you, every time a coin falls into your palm, every time a dollar whispers into your hand, every time the sound of money finds your ears, you are standing at the threshold of a miracle? What if the very appearance of money in your life, no matter how small, no matter how sudden, was not a coincidence, not a transaction, not a payment, but a divine invitation? Have you been blind to the gold that speaks in secret, deaf to the language of divine supply? Have you accepted lack as your portion, when infinite substance was waiting for your word to release it? Let me ask you plainly, what word do you speak when wealth appears? Do you praise the giver, or curse the portion? Do you multiply the seed, or mourn the harvest? For I tell you, a sacred law governs your fortune, and it answers to your tongue. You shall decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you. The word you speak in the presence of money determines whether it vanishes or multiplies. This is not mere motivation, this is divine revelation. Heaven's economy is voice-activated, and your lips are the gatekeepers of gold. Money follows the word, substance responds to sound. The wealth you seek is already seeking you, but it obeys only one command, your word in faith. So come now, child of spirit, speak the ancient word that awakens the multiplying power of God within you. Come, for the river of truth is rising, and the floodgates of divine supply await your decree. Subscribe now, like this video, and prepare to speak the word that turns money into miracles. The Spirit moves where it wills, and today it moves upon your consciousness to awaken a law long forgotten, a law ancient as Eden, powerful as creation itself, and buried not in the dust of time, but beneath the noise of doubt. The Word has always been the bridge between the invisible and the seen, between divine thought and physical gold, between heaven's vault and the purse in your hand. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and still is. But where, I ask you, has your word gone? Has it gone to fear or to faith, to famine or to fullness, to complaint or to command? For every time money shows its face to you, yes, even in a penny on the pavement, it is the presence of substance announcing itself, knocking gently upon the door of your spirit, waiting for the word to be spoken so it may multiply in your midst. But few recognize this. Many see only coins and bills, amounts and balances, debits and wages. They do not see what the mystics saw, what the prophets knew, what the saints lived. They do not see divine substance cloaked in the garments of currency, awaiting their decree. Thomas Edison once said, "Everything comes to him who hustles while he waits." But I say to you, everything comes to the one who speaks while he waits, who does not wait in worry, but in unwavering word. The world believes it must hustle for its bread, but the law of the Spirit says, you shall declare the word, and watch the loaves multiply. Let us cast down the vain imaginations of lack. Let us shatter the idols of financial fear. You were not born to grovel before bills, nor tremble at the sight of a dwindling account. You were born under the law of abundance, grafted into the vine of divine inheritance. You are heir to every gold bar in heaven's treasury, if only you would speak like an heir and not a beggar. So when you discover money, whether $10 or 10,000, do not say, it's not enough. Do not say, it's gone too quickly. Do not say, I wish I had more. Say instead, this is the seed of divine multiplication. This is the sign of heaven's harvest. This is the sacred first fruit, and by the word, it shall not decrease, it shall increase. For you are not governed by man's economy. You are governed by the eternal law that declares, as you have believed and spoken, so shall it be done unto you. This is not theory, it is the active, living, vibrating law that governs all wealth, from the dollar in your wallet to the millions in the vaults of men. Napoleon Hill, who studied the thoughts of giants, said, think and grow rich. But I say to you, speak and multiply wealth, for thought alone is a seed, but the spoken word is rain. Thought is form, but speech is fire. What you speak from your spirit takes root in the invisible and manifests in the visible. The divine substance, as taught by the sages, Troward, Holmes, Larson, Martin, responds not to begging, not to striving, but to decrees made in the certainty of faith. This is why your word is your wand, and your faith is its power. And when you wave the wand of the word with conviction, the Red Sea of debt parts, the manna rains, the oil pours, the loaves multiply. Let every time you touch money be your burning bush. Let every receipt, every invoice, every cash register, every coin machine become your Mount Sinai. Speak the word, and watch the law move. Do not merely count money, command it. Do not merely spend it, bless it. Do not merely save it, speak increase over it, and it shall return to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Even Jesus, the Christ, when the multitude was hungry and the loaves were few, did not panic. He blessed and broke the bread. He looked upward. He spoke thanksgiving, and heaven multiplied what earth could not explain. That is your pattern. That is your mirror. When the widow of Zarephath faced starvation, the prophet Elijah did not offer charity. He offered law. He gave her a word. Make me a cake first. And her flour never ran out. Why? Because she acted on the word in faith, and in doing so, she activated the law of multiplication. She made room for the diviel in to enter her jar. And I tell you today, every dollar in your hand is a jar of oil. Every penny you find is a cake for the prophet. Every cent is a test of your faith, not in amount, but in allegiance. Are you loyal to fear or to the word? Do you believe the news, or do you believe the law? The man who finds a single coin and says, I am wealthy, for the wealth of the universe is revealed in this seed, shall see his barns filled, and his vats overflow. But the man who finds a coin and says, What is this? It is not enough, shall find his purse filled with holes. For to him who hath faith, more shall be given, but to him who hath not, even what he sees shall disappear. Beloved, this is not magic. This is divine mathematics. You are always multiplying something, either fear or faith, lack or substance, complaint or blessing. The law does not sleep. It mirrors your word, and the mirror never lies. The Hindus speak of Vox Siddhi, the power that whatever you speak becomes true. The mystics of Persia called it Baraka, the blessing power that rides upon speech. The Hebrews knew it as Dabar, the spoken word that creates reality, and Christ called it the mustard seed, the smallest word spoken in faith that moves mountains. So when you speak over money, do not call it dirty, do not call it evil, do not say, money is the root of all evil, for that is a lie forged in misinterpretation. The scripture says, the love of money is the root of all evil, not money itself. For money, rightly spoken over, rightly loved, rightly used, is a tool of heaven, a servant of good, a messenger of abundance. When David faced Goliath, he did not calculate the odds. He did not weigh the size of the giant. He spoke the word, This day shall the Lord deliver you into my hand. And the stone he slung was already sanctified by speech. Money, too, is a stone in your sling. Speak, and it flies with divine force. Speak, and it hits the mark. Swami Vivekananda once declared, the universe is but the vibration of thought made manifest. But I add to it, the universe becomes speech. For thought is the womb, but speech is the birth. If you would birth wealth, speak it. If you would multiply what you hold, bless it aloud. Say, this money is divine. It is pure substance. It is sacred energy. It shall go forth and return in multiplied glory. Child of light, stop waiting to see more before you speak more. Speak first. Speak while your hand is still empty. Speak while your account is still low. Speak while your table still bears crumbs. For the word is not reactive, it is creative. Speak over your empty wallet. You are filled with divine supply. Speak over your empty fridge. This kitchen is overflowing with provision. Speak over your bank account. This number is not the truth. The word is the truth, and it says, I shall not want. Let the world say recession, I say resurrection. Let the market say crash, I say Christ. Let the news say collapse, I say command. For though 1,000 fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, it shall not come near you if your word is true. This is your divine inheritance, not because of merit, but because of alignment. Not because you've earned it, but because you've spoken it. The widow did not earn the oil obeyed the word. The loaves were not baked in a factory, they were multiplied by blessing. The fish did not swim into the nets by calculation. They obeyed the spoken word of Christ. Cast your net on the right side. So cast now your word into the waters. Let your voice go before you like a pillar of fire. Let your declarations thunder like Sinai. Let your speech be soaked in faith, backed by scripture, and fired by the Spirit. For what you speak, you shape. What you declare, you deliver. What you affirm, you attract. And what you believe enough to say, you shall soon hold in your hands. Speak this every time you discover money, be it a coin, a note, a gift, a payment. Divine substance now increases through this sign. I bless this money, and it returns to me multiplied. My word calls forth abundance, and heaven rushes to fulfill it. I am one with the wealth of God, and it flows to me in perfect order. Say it with the confidence of Elijah, the certainty of Paul, the joy of David, the authority of Christ. Say it until your atmosphere changes, your soil blossoms, your storehouses burst with supply. You are no longer a wanderer in lack. You are a commander of substance. You are no longer asking if God will provide. You are declaring that He already has, and as you speak, so shall it be. The moment you speak the word over money, you change its molecular structure. It is no longer metal or paper, it becomes alive with divine instruction, pulsing with purpose, vibrating with the command you have set upon it. For every coin you touch is a messenger, every bill is an emissary, and every dollar carries a decree. If the decree is fear, it returns in fear. If the decree is faith, it returns in power. Do not say, I am waiting for a financial breakthrough. Say, I am the financial breakthrough. I am the opening of the heavens. I am the voice the law responds to. For the kingdom does not come by observation, it comes by activation, and activation begins with the word. When a man discovers water in the desert, he digs. When a soul discovers money, she must speak. One builds the well with hands, the other builds the abundance with lips, for speech is the shovel of spirit. It draws out the hidden rivers beneath the surface of what appears. The desert blooms when water is spoken over it. So too shall your dry places bloom when you declare, this is not lack, this is potential disguised as silence, and my word will awaken it. Do not meow. Mistake silence for absence. Do not mistake delay for denial, and never mistake a small amount for a small supply. The loaves were few. The oil was in drops. The widow had 1 coin. The mustard seed was the smallest, but the moment the word was spoken, the moment faith fused with speech, the invisible opened, and the impossible obeyed. And I ask you now, how many times have you silenced your own harvest by speaking what you see rather than what you know? How many miracles have been sent back to the heavens because you said, it's not enough, or, it never lasts, or, money goes out faster than it comes in? Every word you speak is a mold, a blueprint, an architectural command to divine substance. When you say, I never have enough, the law obeys. When you say, money doesn't grow on trees, the law constricts. When you say, I'm not good with money, the angels of wealth fold their wings. But when you say, I am rich in every direction, money flows to me from the north, the south, the east and the west, then the gates open, for the gates recognize the sound of truth. Money is not emotional, but it is responsive. It obeys the voice that governs it. Like a river obeys gravity, so too does money obey the decree of divine speech, and the tongue is the rudder of your financial life. Many wait for financial wisdom before they dare speak abundance, but the Spirit says, speak first, and wisdom shall come. Do not wait to understand the how. Your part is to declare the what. For God does not move by analysis, He moves by authority, and authority is released through the word. Christian D. Larson once wrote, live in the faith that your possibilities are limitless. And I say, live in the speech that your wealth is inevitable. Speak as though the money already dances in your hands. Declare as though the angels have already been dispatched. And when the fear comes, and it will, for fear is the shadow of greatness, do not fight it, transcend it, replace it, speak over it. Say, fear, I name you illusion. I name you nothing. I name you a liar. For my God shall supply all my need according to His riches in glory. And do not be afraid to speak large things. God is not intimidated by your vision. He authored it, He planted it, and He waters it with your words. When you speak of your finances, speak from the throne, not from the pit. Do not describe what is, declare what shall be. Do not repeat the balance, release the blessing. Say, every bill I pay returns to me multiplied. Every expense is an opportunity for expansion. Every seed I sow returns sevenfold. You must understand, beloved, that the substance of wealth is not gold, nor silver, nor digital digits. The substance of wealth is the invisible law of declared truth. You do not manifest wealth by wishing, nor by worrying, but by speaking what the soul already knows is yours. The old prophets were not rich in banknotes, but they were wealthy in word, and the word was always followed by provision. Elijah said, there shall be no rain, and there was none. Then he said, rain shall come, and the heavens poured. Why? Because he spoke not from fear, but from union. His tongue was aligned with divine will. His voice carried the vibration of law. So speak like Elijah. Speak like Moses, who lifted the rod and said, go forward, before the Red Sea moved. Speak like Christ, who thanked the Father before the loaves multiplied. Speak like Paul, who sang in prison before the chains broke. Your speech is not the echo, it is the trumpet. Let every coin you touch be anointed. Let every dollar be blessed. Do not rush through transactions. Pause, speak, thank, declare, say. This is not just money, it is divine energy on assignment. It shall go forth in peace and return in abundance. You must become a priest over your money, a prophet over your wallet, a sovereign over your supply. You do not serve money, money serves you, you demand. Oh, not chase it, it obeys you. but only when your speech is steeped in spiritual authority. G.I. Gurdjieff once taught that most people are asleep. I say most are also mute in the spirit. They speak the language of fear fluently, but the language of truth rarely, but you shall not be among them. For now you know the power of speech. Now you know that every dollar listens, every coin remembers, every transaction answers to your tongue. When you speak from the spirit, the atoms of creation shift, the divine blueprint activates, and what you once called small money becomes a ladder, each rung lifting you closer to the realm where money is not acquired but commanded. There is a realm where money seeks you, a place where opportunities arise unannounced, where strangers favor you, where debt dissolves without effort. This is not fantasy, it is the normal state of the spiritually aligned soul who speaks from the throne of divine law. You must not only speak wealth, you must speak it as your native tongue, not as a foreign phrase, but as your first language. Let I am provided for become your breath, let all is paid in full become your rhythm. Let wealth flows to me now become your heartbeat. Every time you speak this way, you rewire the law. Not the law of man, but the law of your inner world. You program the invisible with divine codes, and heaven, being always tuned to the frequency of truth, sends its response in exact proportion to your declaration. This is why I tell you, do not ever say what you do not want to multiply. Do not rehearse debts. Do not narrate struggles. Do not exalt lack by describing it. Every time you say, I can't afford it, you sign your name on the ledger of limitation. But every time you say, this or something better is on its way, you sign your name on the scroll of divine provision. Annie Ricks Millets declared that the invisible supply is always greater than the visible need, and that supply is voice-activated. The need may appear great, the need may look towering, but your word must rise taller. Speak until the mountain becomes a pebble. Speak until the desert becomes a well. Speak until your reality obeys your revelation. And when you find money, whether in your pocket, on the ground, or as a refund, do not treat it casually. It is not spare change. It is evidence of divine attention. Heaven is saying, do you recognize this token? Do you remember the law? Will you speak over it or sleep through it? Bless every cent. Magnify it. Say, this is the mustard seed of wealth. I bless it, and it multiplies. I give thanks, and the heavens open. I honor it, and it becomes more. This is not superstition, it is sacred stewardship. You are training your consciousness to see substance where others see scraps. You are shifting from human reason to divine awareness. And that shift activates the miraculous. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. And I say, until you make your speech spiritual, your money will rule your emotions and you will call it life. But you were not born to serve circumstance. You were born to create reality by decree. So now let every purchase be a prayer. Let every payment be a prophecy. Let every transaction become a transfiguration. When you tithe, speak. This opens my flow. When you give, speak. This seed returns multiplied. When you invest, speak. This is divine territory, and it shall yield 100-fold. And when you lack, speak more. Do not hide. Do not collapse. Do not mumble. Speak louder. Speak stronger. Say, I call forth what is mine by divine law. I am rich in ideas, rich in favor, rich in divine timing. All things are aligning for my overflow. You must live like the law is real. Walk like it, speak like it, budget like it, breathe like it, for the law will not break its covenant with those who speak from alignment. It cannot. It will know. It is written in the scrolls of spirit and etched into the fabric of the universe. You may not see the full harvest today, but the moment you speak, the seed is in the soil, the angels are in motion, the machinery of manifestation is turning. Keep speaking, keep blessing, keep commanding, and soon what was only word shall become wealth, what was only sound shall become substance, what was once hope shall become harvest. This is your time, this is your law, this is your commandment. Speak, and it shall be given. Seek, and it shall be found. Knock, and it shall be opened. But above all, speak. The word is your wealth. Every spoken word is a carrier of vibration, and vibration creates form. It is not money that creates speech, it is speech that creates money. And the moment you know this, not just with your mind, but with the marrow of your spirit, you become dangerous to lack. Unshakable in storms, immovable by appearances, for you will know the secret the patriarchs and sages carried. That substance itself is formed, molded, and multiplied by the word. If the world could see your words as waves forming matter, it would never speak lightly again. If the average man could feel the spiritual blueprint each sentence creates, he would guard his tongue more fiercely than his fortune. But you are not average, you are awake. And the word in you is not idle, it is a wand, a fire, a law that shapes the invisible into gold. When you say, I am prosperous, all heaven rushes to prove you right. When you say, money finds me with ease, angels mark your declaration and move substance to your coordinates. When you say, I bless all that I have, and it multiplies, the spiritual arithmetic begins. Your words do not echo into emptiness. They are written on scrolls of vibration and carried to the divine vault of manifestation. The unseen world listens. It listens to tone, to faith, to conviction. It listens not only to what you say, but how you say it. For a whispered truth believed is more powerful than a shouted lie. And when you declare from the deep, the law responds from the high. When you declare from union, heaven aligns. When you speak from knowing, not wanting, not wishing, but knowing, the thing already begins to take form. Andrew Carnegie, the Steel King, once said, think of yourself as on the threshold of unparalleled success. I say, speak as one who has already crossed the threshold. Speak as one who lives in the mansion of answered prayers. Speak as one who has dined with abundance and knows its taste. For your declaration is your address. Your speech is your signal. Your tongue is your title deed. Speak increase even when others speak collapse. Say, this economy is not my source. The news is not my provider. My job is not my God. I am rooted in divine substance, and it knows no drought, no delay, no despair. Do not ask the world for what only heaven can give. Do not seek approval from the limited when you are married to the limitless. For when you speak the word, you invoke something no man can measure. You call down favor, you summon provision, you command alignment. In times of famine, the word fed are fed. In times of scarcity, the word filled overflow. In times of inflation, the word anchored rise. It is not the numbers, it is the naming, and the one who names in faith has already received. Your word is a divine magnet. It does not beg. It does not chase. It pulls by vibration what already belongs to it. It is your alignment with the source, and the source is never short. Dr. Frank Crane once said, you are wise, not when you know how to make a living, but how to live. I say you are wise when you know how to speak life into the dead places, how to breathe the word into your wallet, how to prophesy over your bills, how to turn every payment into a praise, and every transaction into a transformation. Every check you write, speak over it. Every recce you hold, bless it. Every statement you open, declare over it. Let no moment of money pass through your hands unspoken to. It is waiting to be told what it is. You are the voice. The money is the servant. You are the author. The substance is the sentence. And when you write with words forged in faith, the ink does not fade. It lives, it multiplies, it echoes through the laws of creation. Do not say, someday I'll be rich. Say, I am rich now. I walk in wealth now. I think, breathe, and live abundance now. For someday is always somewhere else. But now is the PowerPoint of manifestation. Now is the day of salvation. Now is when the law moves. You may not see it immediately, but that does not matter, for the word goes before you, and the word never returns void. Like a seed planted in sacred soil, it germinates in silence and erupts in season. Faith is the knowing, speech is the watering, the harvest is inevitable. You must stop rehearsing what others have spoken over you. You are not your family's history. You are not your culture's fear. You are not your neighborhood's average. You are a living conduit of divine substance. And the word you speak outranks every statistic, every diagnosis, every economic projection. Thomas Troward taught, principle is not bound by precedent. That means what came before has no authority over what is declared now. You could have lived in lack for 50 years, but one word of faith today can rewrite the ledger of your life. One decree from the throne of your soul can cancel lifetimes of limitation. Speak boldly. Speak repeatedly. Speak without apology. Let others call it delusion. Let them laugh. For even Noah built an ark under clear skies, and Joseph stored grain while others feasted. The word prepares the way before the storm arrives. Speak wealth into the bones of your lineage. Say, my bloodline is blessed, every curse is broken, every agreement with lack is revoked. I speak abundance into my children, into my grandchildren, into all who come from me. Your tongue is generational. Your words create legacy. Do not speak for survival. Speak for overflow. You are not here to scrape by. You are here to pour out. And remember this, beloved, Money is only a symbol. The real wealth is spiritual awareness. The real currency is faith. The real asset is your spoken word, aligned with divine truth. Do not confuse accumulation with abundance. A man may have millions and speak fear, and his riches shall wither. Another may have little, but speak faith, and his gates shall open wide. For abundance begins not in the bank, but in the mouth. And wealth is not measured in digits, but in declarations. When you feel poor, speak even more. When you feel afraid, double your decree. When you feel uncertain, shout the promise. For the enemy of your increase is not outer, it is inner. It is the whisper that says, "What if it doesn't work?" And to that whisper, you must reply with fire. It already has. It is written. It is done. My word cannot fail. Every time you find money, even the smallest coin, make it a holy moment. Do not rush past it. Do not brush it off. Hold it. Speak over it. Bless it. Let it be a symbol of what is to come. Say, "This coin is the first drop of the flood. This dollar is the beginning of the downpour. I bless this money with the multiplying power of spirit. It carries my faith. It returns with increase. It is touched by heaven and magnetized with divine favor." This is the way of the word walker. This is the path of the speech seed planter. This is the spiritual warrior who does not fight with fists, but with phrases forged in faith. You are not subject to the chaos of the world. You are governed by a higher rhythm, a deeper current, a sacred order, and that order is shaped by what you speak, moment by moment, seed by seed, word by word. Now rise up, O soul of light, rise up and declare, for you are a mouthpiece of God, you are a vessel of divine law, you are a co-creator of provision, and the word in your mouth shall not be mocked, it shall prosper, it shall perform, it shall produce wealth in every realm. Speak this now, and let it echo through your being. I am not waiting for wealth, I am the vessel through which it flows. Money is my servant, not my master. Every dollar I touch is holy, blessed, and multiplying. My speech shapes substance. My declarations call forth gold. I walk in divine supply, now and always. And so it is. Speak, bless, multiply, repeat. The law is waiting. The angels are listening. The wealth is responding. Your word has gone forth, now watch it return with increase. Subscribe now. Like this video, let the world hear you speak, and watch heaven answer. You were never meant to be a collector of coins, you were destined to be a commander of currents. For money is not stagnant, it is movement, flow, circulation. It obeys spiritual gravity, it flows toward the voice of alignment, the decree of faith, the lips that do not tremble in famine but declare in fire, I am the abundance of God made visible. There is no waiting when the word is spoken in power, there is no delay when the decree is made in certainty. There is only movement, unseen first, then seen. For as the oak sleeps in the acorn, so does wealth slumber in the seed of your speech. The root system grows first in silence, but the harvest is certain when the word is sown in faith. Many say, I've spoken and nothing has changed, but I tell you that is the utterance of the impatient farmer. The word never fails. The delay is not denial. The law is not slack concerning its promises. But the soul must become aligned, not just in tongue, but in trust. What you speak from fear will wither, what you speak from performance will exhaust, but what you speak from divine alignment will flourish in perfect time. So guard your garden. Do not dig up your seeds with counter words. Do not say one day, wealth is mine, and the next, I don't know how I'll make it. Let your word become a fortress. Let your psalm, our mouth become a sanctuary. Let your declarations become the sacred echoes of heaven. Speak over your bills, lay your hand upon them and say, you are paid in full, you are not my burden, you are my opportunity. I do not fear you, I bless you. You go now into the current of divine exchange and return to me sevenfold. Speak over your wallet. You are the temple of increase. You hold what the universe multiplies. You are never empty, for you are aligned with infinite source. Speak over your bank account. Numbers are illusions, but my word is eternal. These digits now respond to my decree. I am the wealth of God in expression, and my balance reflects heaven's measure. Do not let appearances govern your tongue. Appearances are shadows, but the word is light, and light dissolves shadows the moment it is released. Speak like one who governs time. Speak like one who rides the current of divine order. Speak like one whose mouth is touched by coals from the altar of the Most High, for you are not a common voice, you are a sacred oracle. When lack knocks, answer with scripture. When fear whispers, shout truth. When delay tries to settle in, rise and say, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Even now supply surrounds me, even now answers rush toward me." You are not pleading, you are proclaiming, you are not begging, you are birthing, for the power is not in volume, it is in vibration, it is in the alignment of your soul with the law. When Jesus stood before Lazarus's tomb, he did not analyze the facts, he did not describe the decay, he did not explain the impossibility. He spoke, "Lazarus, come forth," and what was dead obeyed, because the word carried resurrection. When you speak over your finances, you are calling them forth from the tomb of limitation. You are summoning buried wealth. You are reviving sleeping streams. You are awakening dormant provision. Do not doubt the echo, command it. Money is not your master. It is not your ruler. It is not your measure. It is your mirror. It reflects your inner decrees. It reflects the quality of your spiritual conversation. If you say, "Money is hard to get," it shall be hard. If you say, "Money always finds me," it shall arrive without toil. If you say, "I never get ahead," your harvest shall stall. But if you declare, "I am always in the right place at the right time with the right supply," then heaven shall choreograph your increase with divine artistry. Words are spells. That is why it is called spelling. But your tongue is not for curses, it is for creation. You are not casting fear, you are crafting fortune. You are not rehearsing worry, you are revealing wealth. When you speak the word, you are not speaking into a void. You are speaking into the matrix of matter, the womb of the invisible, the substance of spirit. And that spirit is listening, always, without exception. Orison Swett Martin wrote, "Success is the child of audacity." And I say, abundance is the child of bold speech, not the speech of arrogance, but of alignment, not the speech of ego, but of essence. Speak over your home. This place is saturated in supply. Every room echoes with peace. Every corner holds provision. Every window opens to new streams. Speak over your body. This vessel is tuned to abundance. Health flows. Energy abounds. I am a magnet for divine opportunities. Speak over your work. I do not labor. I create. I do not toil. I channel. I do not strive. I attract. My gifts make room for me, and prosperity follows my presence. Speak over your sleep. Even as I rest, the law works on my behalf. While I dream, angels arrange provision. While I lie in stillness, new doors are prepared. You must never be silent when the world is loud. You must not let external noise drown your internal decree. When the market shakes, you stand. When the reports darken, you shine. For your word is not of this world. It is born of spirit. Ella Wheeler Wilcox once penned, "Talk happiness, the world is sad enough." And I say, talk increase. The world is broke enough. Talk flow. Talk joy. Talk more than enough. For what you talk, you trigger. What you declare, you download. Every time you speak wealth, you call it from potential into form. Every affirmation is an act of midwifery. Every decree is a divine contraction birthing a new layer of supply. You must become addicted to blessing, addicted to declaring, addicted to naming the good, calling forth the plenty, pronouncing the promise. Declare. Every cent I touch is sacred. Every dollar I hold is destined. Every expense is already paid. Every need is already met. Every desire is a divine assignment with a matching provision. The world will not understand you. Let them wonder. Let them mock, for they mocked Noah's boat. They mocked David's stones. They mocked Jesus's crown. But the word never depends on approval. It depends on alignment. You are a revolutionary of reality. You are not waiting for permission. You are commanding manifestation. You are not reacting. You are radiating. You are not observing. You are orchestrating. Gurdjieff said most live as machines. I say most speak as slaves. But you are not a slave to circumstance. You are a priest of plenty, a prophet of provision, a queen or king of divine economy. When you speak, say, I do not hope for increase, I command it. I do not chase money, I magnetize it. I do not doubt my provision, I speak it until it stands before me. I am the voice of wealth in motion. I am the decree of heaven in flesh. I am the abundance of God walking in time. You do not need to explain it, you only need to speak it. Speak until your cells believe. Speak until the air around you shifts. Speak until strangers bring you gifts. Speak until the land opens and new rivers form. Your voice is a tool. Your voice is a temple. Your voice is the container of infinite multiplication. Guard it. Use it. Sanctify it. Do not let fear lodge in your vocabulary. Evict it with praise. Replace it with power. When others say, "Be realistic," you say, "I walk by divine reality, and it does not lack." Let the bankers be baffled. Let the accountants scratch their heads. Let the reports say one thing, but your word will say another, and your word shall win. Because in the final hour, money does not answer to spreadsheets. It answers to spirit, and spirit responds to speech. Say it again. Say it with holy fire. I am rich now. I am overflowing now. I am surrounded by supply. My every word builds my mansion of provision. I walk in harvest, in surplus, in glory. Do not wait for money to speak first. Speak first. Do not wait to be shown. Declare and it shall be. Do not ask if it's working. Know that it is, and say so. Your mouth is the master key. Your word is the inheritance. Your faith is the currency. Now speak, and watch the heavens pour. The word has no expiration date. It does not fade with time. It does not rust in the earth. It does not depend on market trends, bank interest, or the rise and fall of economies. It lives, it moves, it multiplies, and it never returns void. For heaven does not recognize time as man does. It recognizes alignment, and the one who speaks from alignment walks above time, above fear, above the noise of this fleeting world. Your voice, child of God, was never meant to be an echo of other people's doubts. It was forged in the fires of spirit to speak only what aligns with divine law. The moment you speak against your supply, you place a wall between yourself and heaven's outpouring. But when you speak as one who knows, the river flows, the storehouses unlock, and even your enemies must watch as your table is set before them. You must ask yourself daily, whose report do I believe? The report of appearances, or the report of spirit? The report of lack, or the report of law? The noise of the world, or the still divine decree within me that says, all is well and wealth is mine? I tell you this, money is not neutral. It is charged. It carries the vibration of the one who sends it and the one who receives it. It listens. It learns. It obeys the tone of your voice, the frequency of your faith, the authority of your speech, and it multiplies according to the law of spiritual recognition. You cannot hold what you will not honor. You cannot multiply what you do not bless. You cannot steward what you curse with casual complaint. So when you find money, again, no matter how small, treat it not as ordinary. Stop, even if only for a breath, and bless it. Lay your fingers upon it and say, you are the visible sign of an invisible river. I name you divine substance. I recognize you as proof that the law is working. Now go forth and return multiplied in joy and in justice. This is how spiritual masters walk. They do not chase, they speak. They do not grasp, they give. They do not hoard, they command. For their security is not in possession, but in proclamation. The law of divine supply does not wait for perfect conditions. It waits for the perfect word. And the perfect word is not polished, it is believed. It is not rehearsed, it is alive. Remember this, the Israelites gathered manna each morning, not because of their worthiness, but because of God's word. He had decreed they would be fed, so the bread came, not in feast halls, not in markets. It came in wilderness, in silence, in mystery, and yet, it came. If God could send bread from the sky, he can send contracts from nowhere. Clients without effort, refunds without warning, gifts without source, but he is waiting on your decree. Too many are waiting for signs when they should be speaking them. Waiting for proof when they should be planting words. Waiting for wealth when they should be naming it. You must stop living like a guest in your own kingdom. You must speak as an heir. Walk through your home as if every room echoes with overflow. Look at your refrigerator and speak. You are filled. You are never bare. I bless every shelf and every drawer. Look at your mailbox and declare, only good news enters here. Only increase arrives. Look at your bank app and say, this account is the landing place for divine flow. Your word is the landing strip. Your faith is the signal flare. Your decree is the invitation. Speak, and it shall find you. Walt Disney built kingdoms from imagination, but it was not fantasy, it was faith. He said, if you can dream it, you can do it. I say, if you can declare it, you can draw it. If you can speak it with divine certainty, it already exists in the invisible, and it is on its way. The world calls it manifestation, but I call it lawful multiplication. For this is not wishful thinking, it is spirit in action. The Apostle Paul wrote, God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we ask or think. But notice the order, ask or think. Your mouth moves mountains before your mind does. Your speech releases divine mathematics before your logic can catch up. When your bills feel like giants, speak like David. When your savings feel like a drought, speak like Elijah. When your income seems delayed, speak like Abraham, who believed against hope and called things that be not as though they were. That is the key. Call it, name it, frame it, speak it, for your life expands to meet your language. The Spirit does not ask, can they afford it? It asks, can they speak it in faith? Your mouth is the divine press that prints spiritual currency, and when you print in love, in gratitude, in joy, what you print shows up in matter. So stop rehearsing survival, start declaring surplus. Say, I am not scraping, I am soaring, I am not stuck, I am strategically positioned. I am not behind, I am in divine right timing. I am not in lack, I am the door through which abundance walks. Do not speak against your work. Do not curse your business. Do not compare your growth to another. Instead say, my work is blessed, my gifts are magnified, my efforts are multiplied, my path is clear. Every word you speak over your work becomes a channel. Every blessing you declare over your service becomes a seed, and the seeds you plant with your mouth will return with fruit no man can count. You may not see results tomorrow, but the harvest is already growing. You may not feel change today, but the soil is shifting, the roots are spreading, the invisible is becoming visible. Do not speak from sight, speak from revelation. When Noah built the ark, there was no rain. When Moses lifted his rod, the sea was still. When the woman with the issue of blood reached for Christ, she hadn't yet touched him. But all three acted on what they spoke before it happened, and heaven moved in response. You must become fluent in the language of miracles, and that language is not begging. It is not hope laced with doubt. It is not pleading with clenched fists. It is the bold, holy utterance of a soul who knows who they are and to whom they belong. You belong to abundance. You are married to increase. You are rooted in divine economy. Speak like it. And when you give, do not say, there goes more money. Say, this is divine currency on a divine mission. It leaves my hand, but not my life. It is blessed and it returns in multiplied form. When you tip, say, I give from overflow. I am a fountain. I am a channel. I never run dry. When you invest, say, this seed is alive. It is growing even now. It returns with favor and wisdom. It expands and blesses beyond what I see. And when you lose money, or it seems you have, say, nothing is ever lost in spirit. Everything returns in higher form. I trust the law. I bless the process. I expect the return. The world will say you're unrealistic. And the world will say you're naive. Let them. For you are not living by their rulebook. You are living by a higher covenant. Prentice Mulford wrote, your fortune is in your own hands, not in the hands of fate, chance, or luck. I add, your fortune is in your mouth. It is in your next sentence. It is in your daily decree. So write the vision, speak the provision, call it forth. Let your lips be the pen of the Spirit. Declare, I walk in divine rhythm. Money obeys my voice. Opportunities arrive without warning. Favor follows me without end. My life is marked by surplus. My word is law in the realm of supply. Say it now, and again, until it takes root, until your body tingles, until your atmosphere shifts, until strangers call to offer blessing, until doors swing open before you knock. This is the way of the word. This is the rhythm of the spoken rich. This is how heaven answers, not to effort, but to faith-filled expression. The gold is already here. The law is already working. The heavens are already open. Now let your word match the promise, and watch substance obey. There is a moment when the tide turns, not in the world around you, but within you. A moment when you stop asking for signs and start giving them. When you stop waiting for change and start speaking it. When you no longer beg the heavens, but command the earth. That moment comes not from striving, but surrender. Not from pressure, but permission. The moment you give your spirit permission to speak boldly, fully, freely, as the oracle it was made to be. That is the moment money begins to recognize your voice. Money is not deaf. It does not ignore the awakened soul. It obeys the voice of authority wrapped in love, certainty wrapped in peace, vision wrapped in gratitude. This is the sound it responds to, not desperation, not doubt, not drama, but dominion. You were given dominion from the beginning. Be fruitful and multiply, said the word, not toil and tremble, not hustle and hope, be fruitful, multiply. This is your divine instruction, and money is part of the garden you are called to govern. Govern it with speech. Speak not as a servant, but as a steward. If your purse is empty, do not curse it. Lay your hand upon it and say, "You are full of unseen riches. You are blessed with circulating wealth. You are the opening through which God pours. And as surely as spring follows winter, as surely as dawn follows night, your purse will align with your proclamation." The Spirit is not impressed with effort that lacks faith, nor does it reward fear wearing the mask of prudence. Heaven honors those who speak from truth, even while lack still mocks them. You may feel broke, but speak as one already rich. You may feel behind, but speak as one already on time. You may feel small, but speak as one whose Father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. It was written, "Let the weak say, I am strong." Not feel strong, say strong. Let the broke say, "I am rich." Let the unseen say, "I am chosen." Let the overlooked say, "I am crowned." Let the delayed say, "I am delivered." Your words are not reports, they are instructions. They are not commentary, they are creation. They are not mere echoes, they are divine codes that speak substance into the silence. And here is a holy truth. Nothing can stay the same when the word is spoken in alignment. For the word carries within it the vibration of fulfillment. It carries the blueprint of the thing it names. It carries heaven's DNA. When you say, "Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways," you are not hoping, you are activating. You are not requesting, you are releasing. You are not guessing, you are governing. But speak with joy. Speak with boldness. Speak as a co-creator, not a spiritual beggar. The divine does not respond to pleading, it responds to positioning. And the highest position is not on your knees, it is on your feet, clothed in faith. Filled with vision, speaking the word that shall not return void. Jesus said, "Ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened." But he did not say, "Worry, and it shall appear." Nor, "Fear, and it shall multiply." He gave the formula. Ask, speak, seek, act, knock, persist. But most speak what they see instead of what they seek. They describe the wilderness instead of declaring the promised land. They explain their fears instead of expressing their faith. They rehearse their debts instead of reciting their inheritance. Your mouth is either a prison or a portal. It is either building the walls of limitation or breaking the ceiling of possibility. And here is the law. When you speak in alignment with divine law, you are no longer bound by natural law. You may have only $10, but if you bless that 10, speak over that 10, honor that 10, and give from that 10, it shall return in measures the world calls impossible. The widow gave 2 mites, and it shook eternity. The boy gave 5 loaves and 2 fish, and it fed thousands. What matters is not the size of the seed, but the speech that sends it forth. When you pay a bill, do not say, "There goes more money." Say, "This payment is evidence of provision. I give joyfully, and more shall come. My needs are met before they arise." When you tip a server, say, "This is a seed into the soil of circulation. It returns in divine ways." When you donate or give, say, "This is a holy investment. It is not leaving, it is expanding." You must speak as if you trust the soil of spirit. For your word is the water, your gratitude is the sunlight, your joy is the fertilizer, and every time you receive, speak. Even if it's a coin, even if it's a discount, even if it's a favor, say, "This is divine increase, this is proof the law is working. I honor this, and more shall come." God multiplies what you recognize, He expands what you bless, He accelerates what you awe. Firm. The world will call it delusion. Let them. The world has always mocked faith until it becomes reality. Noah was mocked until it rained. Joseph was imprisoned until Pharaoh called. David was mocked by Goliath until one stone made history. So when money shows up, speak, not from lack, but from law. Say, "I welcome this divine proof. I honor the movement of increase. I call this money holy, and I release it into greater multiplication. I am a joyful receiver. I am a wise steward. I am a magnetic force for divine substance." Do not let fear speak first. Do not let your bank account tell your tongue what to say. Let your spirit speak, and let all things adjust to its decree. The law of non-resistance is not passive, it is powerful. To be non-resistant is to stop arguing with good, to stop fighting abundance with your mouth, to stop rejecting prosperity with your speech. Every time you say, "I can't afford it," you are pushing wealth away. Every time you say, "It's too expensive," you are reinforcing limitation. Every time you say, "People like me don't have money," you are closing the vault. You must speak as if all doors are already open. You must speak as if your angels are already on assignment. You must speak as if your storehouse is already full. because in truth, it is. You are not waiting for money. You are waiting for recognition. You are not blocked by the world. You are blocked by words. You are not far from wealth. You are a sentence away. So today, speak what you've never dared to say. Say, I am a divine millionaire. Money recognizes my name. Opportunities hunt me down. Every day, in every way, I grow richer in love, in purpose, in substance. I walk in favor, I swim in surplus, I sleep in peace and rise in increase. Do not dilute it, do not apologize for it, do not laugh it off, let it be real, let it be loud, let it be law. Your words are not decorations, they are instructions. You are not speaking to air, you are speaking to the divine blueprint that already contains your wealth, and it listens. Oh, it listens. God spoke, and galaxies obeyed. Jesus spoke, and storms went silent. You are made in that same image, filled with that same breath, charged with that same authority, but you must use it. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. The fig tree bore no fruit, and Jesus did not wait. He spoke. The centurion said, "Only speak the word, and my servant shall be healed." The woman with the alabaster jar spoke no words, but her faith released a fragrance that shifted eternity. Now it is your turn. You do not need more hustle. You need more holiness in your speech. You do not need more contacts. You need more clarity in your decrees. You do not need to chase. You need to command. Your voice is the tuning fork of the universe. When it rings with truth, all things align. When it trembles with fear, all things resist. So speak with fire. Speak with faith. Speak with flow. Say, I am the voice of wealth. Every word I speak multiplies. Every coin I touch expands. Every gift I release returns pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Let your speech be your signature. Let your mouth write checks the spirit is eager to cash. Let your tongue carry only what heaven has already written. For when the word becomes one with you, money is no longer a mystery. It is a mirror. It reflects what you dare to say. It answers what you dare to claim. It follows the one who walks not by sight, but by speech rooted in spiritual law. This is not a theory. This is not philosophy. This is divine law, and the one who speaks it, lives it. So speak, and let money obey. The time has come to lay down the final stone in the foundation of your divine prosperity. The veil is lifting, the heavens are open, and your words, once whispered in doubt, now roar with certainty. The law of the spoken word is no longer a mystery, it is your inheritance. Remember always, wealth is not outside you. It is not some thing you chase, scrape for, or plead over. It is a river flowing through the channels of your speech, your thought, your vision, your very being. You are the channel. The substance is already there. Your words open the gates, unlock the dams, and let the river flow freely. There is a sacred rhythm to this divine dance, the rhythm of faith, the rhythm of non-resistance, the rhythm of right action in perfect timing. As the mighty ocean answers the moon, so too does the invisible realm respond to your spoken decree. The universe leans in to hear the melody of your words, and when that melody is sung with faith and clarity, all forces align in harmony. You are the composer of your destiny, the conductor of your abundance, the voice through which heaven manifests its riches on earth. Speak then as one who knows the treasure is not in the coin, but in the connection. The coin is but a reflection of the invisible substance, the eternal wealth of spirit. Turn your eyes not to the scarcity around you, but to the plenty within you. For the word says, with God, all things are possible, and the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof. When you declare yourself wealthy, you are not lying, you are calling forth the eternal truth waiting to be made visible. Your mind is the loom, your words the thread, weaving the tapestry of your life. Weave wisely, speak love, speak gratitude, speak courage, speak victory. Speak as the masters have spoken, from Orison Swett Marden who said, the wise man turns chance into good fortune, to Napoleon Hill who taught that thoughts are things, to Swami Vivekananda who proclaimed, you are the creator of your own destiny. Each of these voices echoes in your soul now, calling you to step fully into your power. You are not a victim of circumstance, but a victor of the unseen realm. You are the heir of Abraham, the friend of God, the master of your material world. Do not let fear whisper its lies. Do not let doubt dim your flame. The word is your sword, your shield, your salvation. It cuts through illusion and builds kingdoms. It calls forth angels and moves mountains. It is the force that shapes worlds. Today, speak with the voice of prophets. Speak as if your words are the seeds of tomorrow's harvest. Declare the invisible riches flowing to you now. Say, I am the beloved of divine providence. My storehouses are full. My cup runs over. I am blessed beyond measure. Know that every dollar you see, every blessing you receive, is but the reflection of your spoken decree. Money is not random, it is a response. It is a messenger carrying the answer to the word you utter. Therefore speak often and speak well. Speak with joy, speak with faith, speak as the universe's chosen instrument for abundance. And as you do, watch how doors open that no man can shut, how rivers of gold flow from unexpected places, how miracles multiply like stars in the night sky. For the law is immutable, eternal, and true. Every time you discover money, speak this, and watch wealth multiply. Let this be your daily mantra, your spiritual anthem, your divine decree. And now, beloved soul, as the sun sets on this revelation, rise in the dawn of your new life. Step forth with the power of the word upon your lips and the fire of faith in your heart. Walk as the wealthy one you are, speak as the sovereign of your substance, and live as the victorious one appointed by the heavens. This is your destiny, this is your birthright, this is your covenant with the divine. Go forth, speak forth, and see the miracles manifest. Subscribe to this channel, like this video. Share these truths and awaken others to the power within their words. The word has been spoken, the work is done. Now, let the blessing flow. Amen.